This is a quick warning. This video contains spoilers for Avengers Endgame, so if you do not want that movie to be spoiled for you, click off the video now and go check it out for yourself. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
So, I'm not big on spoilers, and I just like knowing, I like Marvel, but I won't go out of my way to see it unless it's like on demand, and I know in like the next month or two, I'll watch it. So tell me, what happened? I won't be a bitch to everybody else.
Movie starts off with Tony Stark and that blue bitch from Guardians of the Galaxy almost dying in a spaceship from lack of oxygen. Then Captain Bitchel shows up. No, blue bitch.
Oh, her sister?
Yeah, her sister. Yeah, then Captain Bitchel shows up and is like, "Oh, I'm the strongest character, I'm here to save you." Takes him back to Earth, he recovers, tells off Captain America, and then after that, they go and try to find a way to time travel through the little atom place that Ant-Man survived through. Because Ant-Man somehow survived being dusted by going to this particle place where time fluctuates in a different way. And he's like, "Hey, yo, Tony Stark, we need you so we can go back in time." And Tony's like, "Nah, bitch, fuck you. I got a family now. It's been 5 years since Thanos showed up. No, I'm good." So they go to Bruce Banner, who at this point has became Professor Hulk and has learned how to manage the Hulk form. And then Tony Stark, while they're trying to figure out, he's like, "Okay, I just figured out time travel, so I'm gonna do it." And so he shows up and he's like, "Okay, yeah, but let's get the group together, we're gonna do this shit." And Captain Marvel's like, Captain Bitchel shows up and she's on the intercom and she's like, "Yeah, I can't be with you guys, I'm across the universe helping people, more important than y'all, bye." So they go back in time to the first Avengers movie, that timeline, and they actually have to work in the background in disguise. And they are getting the Infinity Stones. By the way, they start off the movie by decapitating Thanos. They find him, cut off his hand, decapitate him, and Thor just goes, "I aim for the head," and walks away.
Damn.
Okay, so after that, then they go back in time, yada yada yada. So they get the Infinity Stones, except the little blue girl, who's a robot, went with them because she's on their side now. But the thought process she uses is on some sort of internet connection, I guess. And the other blue girl version of her from that timeline shares that shares that internet code. So Thanos intercepts a fucking memory from her, and he pretty much hacks into her memories and realizes what they're gonna do. So the Thanos from our timeline is pretty much dead. By the way, this is going on multiverse theory, so just kind of think how time works in their universe is how it works in Dragon Ball. When you change something, it doesn't change your timeline, it just creates another path.
Yeah.
Okay, so Thanos finds out, he captures the girl in blue from our time, and then he has his girl in blue go undercover. And so they retrieve all the Infinity Stones. Thor, who's, by the way, became an alcoholic and has a beer belly now.
Who?
Thor. Yeah, he pretty much became Bon Jovi. And so, yeah, they just, they fucking, Professor Hulk uses the Infinity Gauntlet, which is an Iron Man kind of Infinity Gauntlet right now. He uses it, he almost dies, his hand's pretty much fucking fucked up now. And, they fucking snap the fingers and everybody comes back. Yay. Then that fucking blue girl opens up the time portal again, and Thanos from that timeline comes into our timeline. And he just kind of sits down and he's like, "Okay, I'm not gonna fight y'all. I'm just gonna wait." And so then Thor, who by the way has that axe thing from the other movie. Mm-hmm. Well, while they were doing that fucking time travel bullshit, he stole that his hammer from that timeline. So now he's dual wielding that axe and his hammer at the same time. And so pretty much it comes down to Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor having a 3v1 against Thanos, and he's whooping their ass. And Thor is on the ground, and Thanos is pushing his axe into his chest. And out of nowhere, the hammer hits fucking Thanos, and Captain America is holding the hammer, and he just starts whooping into Thanos and just beating his ass. And so like it gets to the point where like fucking Thanos like sends fucking Captain America flying across the field, and like he like is about to give up. And out of nowhere, like a portal opens to his right, and like Black Panther walks through with every other fucking army and hero from the Avengers movies. Like Spider-Man swings in, fucking like Doctor Strange shows up, and like so like pretty much Thanos like has his army, like they all like a full-out brawl is breaking out. Like Thanos starts losing, so he's like literally telling his guys, he's like, guys, just start firing at the ground. I don't care if our troops die. Just like it's a all last resort. And so they start doing it. And by the way, during this entire time, like Thanos is trying to get the Infinity Gauntlet from them, and like so like everybody's like passing it around like a football. Like Spider-Man like carried it so long. Spider-Man activates kill mode. It just starts like decapitating bitches like with his fucking spider suit. Yeah, it's like really fucked up. And it gets to the point where like the fucking cannons they're so overwhelming, but then they like start shooting something at the sky, and Lord and behold, Captain bitch herself comes out of the sky, destroys the ship, and just beats the ever-living shit out of Thanos. And like Peter Parker like is like looking at her, he's like, oh hey, I'm Peter Parker. And she's like, hey Peter Parker, how you doing? They straight up have this like little like, oh, we're gonna fuck moment, even though he's like fucking what, 12? Anyways, so after that, fucking Captain Marvel gets the Infinity Gauntlet from Peter, and they're about to send it back through their timeline to send the Infinity Stones back to where they were like taken from. But Thanos, and I don't get how none of like the thousands of good guys were able to stop it. Thanos throws his sword into the portal, destroys it, and so the Infinity Gauntlet's like, okay. And so he gets to it, but like fucking Iron Man like gets to it and like punches him away from it. Then like he punches Iron Man away, then Captain America. Then Captain Marvel shows up and like fucking starts like wrestling Thanos for the gauntlet. And Thanos gets the gauntlet on, but Captain Marvel is so strong that she holds his hand and like stops him from snapping his fingers. And like she like then Thanos like headbutts her. She doesn't even fucking flinch, which is bullshit. And so Thanos like says fuck it. He takes one of the ring like the stones out of the gauntlet, and like it's the Power Stone I guess, and like just punches the shit out of fucking Captain Marvel. So that bitch flying away. And then like it comes to like then like Iron Man like looks at fucking Doctor Strange, and like Doctor Strange like puts up one finger, which means like this is the fucking one chance we got, because like he said it in the Infinity War, like we got one chance to beat this guy, and if I tell you what happens, it's not gonna happen. And so then Tony Stark like, starts wrestling Thanos, and like he like throws like Tony Stark away again. And so like Thanos snaps his fingers, then like he looks at the glove, and all the Infinity Stones are gone, because fucking Iron Man, Tony Stark, switched out his like Iron Man like fist for the Infinity Gauntlet fist, while like Thanos was like distracted.
Oh shit.
And then like, cause like in the movie, fucking like Thanos says like earlier in the movie like, I'm inevitable, and so he says it before he snaps his fingers like with the fake gauntlet. He says I'm inevitable, and like snaps his fingers, and like nothing happens. Then like Tony Stark like out of breath and like with the gauntlet in his hand says, and I am Iron Man. He like snaps his fingers and erases the entire army, including Thanos, and then just collapses to the ground and dies.
Really?
Yeah, Tony Stark dies, and like we watched the end credits and everything. Tony Stark is actually dead. And so is Black Widow, by the way, because she died to create another Soul Stone, and they couldn't bring her back.
She... Like, I get she was a double agent just to help out everything in the end, but she was kind of a bitch.
Oh, like, I'm gonna get this part, but like, then like Steve Rogers goes back in time to like fucking deliver like a bunch of past items and shit, and like he doesn't like return. Everybody's like, what the fuck? And then like to their right, like Bucky, like right, like yeah, Bucky, like the fucking Winter Soldier,
his friend.
Yeah, he's like looking at the lake, and he's like, guys, look at that. And it's like an old ass Captain America, just like sitting at the bench. Like he's like, hey guys, what's up? And he lived out his life with the girl that like he was like frozen in the ice, like you know that shit. Mm-hmm. He lived out his life with her instead of going back, and so he like gives his shield to fucking this like black dude, and he's like, you're Captain America now, go for it. And I love it. It's such a good movie. It's like such a sad ending. But what pisses me off the most is during that whole like army fight when Captain Marvel shows up, every single girl superhero like lines up besides each other. It has this like sweet action shot of them, and like you heard like maybe like two girls go girl power in the crowd, Like they had like they made it like such a big deal, and it was like just like,
dumbest movie she had before,
yep. It was just to be like, oh wow, look at us, we're so progressive. We have a bunch of girls fighting. Like I'm not. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm all for giving like girls representation in like movies and shit. Like I like fucking Power Girl and shit. But they did it like so, like it's so on the nose. Like that just really annoyed me.
When you go out of your way to do it, it's
Yeah, like when you make it a huge
it's
deal.
common sense to know how.
Like, no one's saying there can't be fucking female superheroes, but when you fucking treat it like such, like, oh, we're so special for doing this, like, it's annoying. It's not cool. Mm-hmm. Like, they could have just done it subtly, and I would have been like, oh, that's cool, I noticed that. But, no, that
kind of sounded confusing.
Yeah, no, it was very complex, because, like, it involved time travel and shit, that's mostly why.
So Tony Stark actually dies?
Yeah, like, he's dead.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, like, fucking Robert Downey Jr. Fucking amazing actor. Like,
I
it's so
just like
sad.
the guys who are smart as shit, who don't need powers.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, dude,
Batman.
like, this like got me so sad. When like Peter Parker comes back to life, like he goes up to, he's like, yo, Mr. Stark, I'm back. I don't know what happened. Like I just suddenly came back after like we were fighting that dude in space. And Tony Stark just like cuts him off and gives like fucking Spider-Man a hug. Like, oh, it's so sad. Yeah, but no, like that was like the only scene in the movie that like pissed me off actually, like the fucking female scene, because like it was so obvious what they were doing. Like if you make it obvious, it's no longer cool. It's just fuck you. Yeah, but oh yeah, and there's a shit. Fuck, I had it in my head like it just left me. But fucking what was it? I had it. Oh yeah, this was funny. Like when Peter Parker showed up and like everybody like fucking like when Captain America was like fucking holding Mjolnir, when like Thor was dual wielding, when fucking Spider-Man showed up, you just heard the crowd, Wah! Like everybody's freaking out, and then like Captain Marvel like shows up, you hear like a few people out of the entire theater. Like very few people were happy about her. Very few cared. It was like 2 chicks, I think. The same chicks that were like girl power. When like the whole fucking female cast fought. Oh, dude, the Scarlet Witch in this movie though. She had one scene where she straight up like just like started beating the shit out of Thanos. Like everybody got their vengeance on Thanos in this movie. Man, fucking and what else happened? In the movie it was like super sad how it started off with it literally starts off in like Hawkeye's point of view when Thanos like snaps his fingers. And he's like at a picnic with his family, and like he's teaching his daughter how to shoot targets and shit. And she gets a bullseye, and he's like, okay, go put this bow and arrow up, like we're about to go eat. And like he turns to his wife, like says some shit, like he turns back, and like there's just like dust. He didn't see her die. There's just dust. And everybody that's like seen Infinity War knows what just happened. And so he's like, huh, that's weird. She's gone. And like he turns to like to talk to his 2 kids and like his 2 sons and his wife, like, hey, where'd our daughter go? And like they're all gone. Like he didn't even see them fade away. They're just gone. Ah man, it was a fucking emotional movie. Everybody like laughed though when like Professor Hulk and like Rocket Raccoon just like go to find Thor. And, like they just open like this fucking like watered down fucking like trashy house, like beer cans everywhere, and it's just like a fucking like bearded, shaggy haired, fat, like fucking beer belly, fucking alcoholic, wet blanket piece of shit Thor, who's like so fucking hungover, like so like drunk off his ass that he can't even function as a human being. And, like he said, like looks
there, like why?
Because he blamed himself. He blamed himself for like being cocky, like him like being cocky and shit talking to fucking Thanos is like what cost everybody their lives. Because like he was like, "Do you fear me now?" Like whatever he fucking said at the end of Infinity War. Him saying that gave Thanos enough time to snap his fingers and get away. Yeah, is a very. I may just like fucking like save this so I can like post like what I thought about the Avengers movie, like fucking like what I thought. Because I straight up just like gave like a full on like synopsis of like what I thought was good and wrong with the film.
Are you gonna mix it on your gaming channel?
What?
What are you gonna put it on? Your gaming channel? YouTube?
Yeah, like, what else?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a gaming channel, unless you decide to do like an off-topic thing, I guess.
I mean, yeah, like, I'm just gonna, like, fucking, like, save this. I was, like, standing in place, like, just, like, talking all this time, like, walking around my room. Because it was a great movie, like, it looks great, the scenes were, the fighting scenes were amazing. The story was, like, super sad. The only thing I didn't like, though, was... I like Captain Marvel in the comics. Her attitude, though, in the movie was, like, so... I'm so much better than you, and, like, the whole girl power scene, like, they could've just, like, fucking... done something cool with, like, the girls in it, or, like, instead of just, like, having to be, like, this whole, like, fucking, like... It was almost like, it was, like... It was too obvious, like, it was like they had, like, these, like, big red arrows, like, look at us! Like, it was, like, something like that. It totally killed the whole point of the thing, and it just made everybody go, oh, really? Besides, you know, there's two fucking random bitches in the crowd, they're like, yeah, Captain Marvel! We're one of the only 2 people in the world that like that movie! That's what my fucking... Okay, I'm hold up, give me a second, I guess I'll fucking end it here, so if we do a video with this.